Amazon Prime Day 2021 Ultimate Tech Gift Guide for Father's Day and work at home. I'm Maxwell. This is Maxwell Bates Talks Tech. So let's talk about it. I'll have all the chapter markers in the video description to the different sections. So skip around to those different spots. And I'll have everything that I talk about, all the affiliated things linked in the video description. So then it would be easy for you to find them. Just look down in the video description. So stay tuned towards the end because I'll have some tips and tricks and things you should know so you can have an enjoyable, pleasurable Amazon Prime Day and so you don't have any mishaps. So we're going to start off with the Apple things. This year, Amazon Prime has been really cracking down on Prime membership. And so if you don't have a Prime membership, you can go, and I'll have a link in the video description to the 30-day free trial of Amazon Prime. And you can just activate that for the Amazon Prime Day. And once you decide you don't want it, you can cancel it. One of the things that is going to be, that has good Amazon Prime Day sale, so put it in your cart. Tip, if you put things in your cart in advance, then when it goes on sale, Amazon will notify you on a price drop. So put the things you're interested in that I show you in your cart, and so then you'll be all ready to go because some of these things go quick. Okay, so Mac Mini, the new M1 Mac Mini, the Apple Silicon Mac Mini, it's amazing. And it's on a good discount, especially if you're a student. And it's great for work at home. And then, of course, the opposite of the Mac Mini is the MacBook Pro. This is the one that, this is my sister's, actually. She got it and it's amazing. She really likes it a lot. And so it's super powerful. And they have it on a great discount, especially the higher storage configurations. You can save a considerable amount of money off the higher storage configurations. And it's powerful enough to do really powerful things like Premiere Pro and Photoshop and 3D graphics animations and all sorts of stuff. So you're not going to run into an issue. And then, of course, you have what I generally use, which is iPads, because iPad productivity, guys. But we have the 2018 iPad and the new M1 iPad Pro. I have videos in the video description and up in the card for videos on the M1 iPad Pro and things like that. So if you're interested after watching this, check that out. And then the 2018 iPad Pro is going to be on a great sale, so you can get it from Amazon and get a really good discount because most people won't ever use all the power of the new M1 12.9-inch iPad Pro, especially since it's not like most people need 16 gigs of RAM on their iPad. So this one you can save a couple $100 off the already discounted price. And they do basically the same thing for most people. Of course, this has some cool functionality and features, so I'll have some videos up right here to check out if you're interested, but both of them will have good discounts. And you can also get the 11-inch iPad Pro that has some decent discounts, but I found the 12.9-inch one to have really good discounts this year, especially now with the specs being the same as the new iMacs and Mac Mini. You can really get a good amount of work done. You can do 8K graphics content and really push it, or build the ultimate iPad productivity desk setup. There's a good discount if you're interested in the new Apple TV 4K. I really liked it. I'll have it linked in the video description and up in the card for my review when that comes out, which I was going to upload today or when this comes out, but I realized Amazon Prime Day is the 21st and 22nd. So that's just like 2 days away. Thunderbolt cable, because the new M1 iPad Pros have Thunderbolt in them, which I'm so excited for. It's so exciting. I'll have some of my favorite Thunderbolt accessories for the M1 iPad Pro later on in the video, so stay tuned to find out some of my favorite accessories for the new M1 iPad Pro 12.9-inch. But you can get the 0.8 meters or the 2 meter one. The 2 meter one is what I would generally recommend. It's really expensive, but it's on a good discount right now. And that way you don't have to carry around both cables, and a 2 meter cable is plenty long enough to go and like reach across the hallway when in quarantine, all those things lift and we actually go out and see people again. And then Apple Pencil, because Apple Pencil, guys, Apple Pencil is amazing, especially for artists or students. It allows you to take notes and mark up documents from your lectures in class, or for whatever you would do during work at home, or making these thumbnails for YouTube videos, or graphics design for those multimedia students out there, or also works great for coding because you can get really fine pointer control and map things to it. And this is the second generation one. They also have the first generation one on sale for Amazon Prime Day, but the second generation one has a much deeper discount in comparison to what it costs. So, and this one will work on the new iPad Air and all of the Face ID iPad Pros with all the USB-C ones, basically, or now Thunderbolt 3 and Thunderbolt 4 devices. If you're looking to get an iPhone and you don't want to get the latest iPhone, like when it comes in this September probably, then Amazon Prime Day is one of the best times in the entire year to get a phone for price, that is, because it's comparable to Black Friday in most cases. I would recommend the iPhone 11. They have a really good sale on it, and it's a really good phone. It hits that balance of price to performance and price to features that most people would want, and it comes in lots of colors, guys, because who doesn't like colors? Apple Watch, you can get the Series 3 for a really good discount. So if you're looking at the base model Apple Watch, the current Apple Watches are the Series 3, Series 6, and SE from Apple. But being Amazon, you can also get things like the Series 4 or Series 5. But the Series 3 and I expect the Series 6 to get a good discount on that. So if you're interested in a Series 6 Apple Watch, then that would be one of the ones that I would get, because it has all the latest health features and will get your software updates for the longest, so you get great support. The Apple Watch Series 3 is what I'm currently rocking, and you can get the cellular version on all of them, from the Series 3 to Series 6 or SE Apple Watch, which is the one if you're not quite sure between the Series 6 or SE, I would probably say most people would be plenty happy with SE if they're trying to decide between the Series 6 being too much and the Series 3 not being really what they're looking for. I would check out the SE. My favorite keyboard / maybe my favorite accessory for the iPad Pro, both 11-inch and 12.9-inch, is the Smart Keyboard Folio. I really like this. It's amazing, especially as a student or somebody who does work at home. It allows you to have keyboard shortcuts and navigate things, especially with the new version of iPadOS 15. Has so many more keyboard shortcuts for navigation and usage that it's amazing, and it's great for productivity. It can easily 10x your productivity. And if you spill on it, you can pretty much just wipe it off, so you don't have to worry about getting crumbs in your keyboard or anything like that. Although, if you like mechanical keyboards, I would recommend the Keytron K2. And then I would say my second or close second, or maybe even favorite case, is the Zag case. It's really nice. It has neodymium magnets in the inside, so you can fold it out. I've had this one for a while, so it's a little glumph. But it has all these adjustment angles. And so you can adjust it to wherever you want. So it's great for drawing or things like that, or typing if you do all your typing on the digital keyboard, because I'm still a person who also likes typing on the digital keyboard because it has its usability benefits and accessibility benefits for productivity and work at home and all those things. But it's also soft and very protective. It has stout rubber bumpers around the entire thing, so you don't have to worry about it. And a spot for your Apple Pencil to hold it right here, but it also has a slot right here that fits really well. And the magnets from the keyboard, the magnets from the iPad still work through this because it's thin enough. So it just like slides on and it won't come off, but it has little bits of rubber on the sides, but it's still easy to get off. Okay, so now, one of the things that I would be like, if you're interested in this, these are amazing. I was never a wired headphones person until I tried these. And so I'm going to give you a whole bunch of different options for headphones, from more budget friendly and truly wireless to the best over-ear headphones I've ever used that are on an insane deal. They're $300 off. So the Sennheiser HD 820s are $300 off, which is a crazy good deal. So if you're interested in getting a very good, amazing pair pair of headphones, like probably the last pair of headphones you'll ever need, other than maybe occasionally swapping out the ear cuffs. They're insane in how good they are and how comfy they are. I don't have them with me currently, but I've used them before and they're amazing. They're like, oh. If you're more of an earbuds person, I would recommend the Sennheiser IE800s or the Clips X6Is. Both these are amazing. These are a little bit more expensive, but these cover basically anything you would want from a pair of IEMs or earbuds. It's when you're wearing them, it's like you're in the concert and you can hear the symphony around you, and it would be amazing, especially with Apple's stereo audio quality and lossless. These can be put through a DAC and amp, and they're amazing. But they're also could be driven through just your iPhone or your iPad Pro. But you can use like a Focusrite 2x2 Gen 3, and that would work really well because then you can get the lossless audio from Apple. Because if you're a student, you get Apple Music and Apple TV for $5 a month, which is crazy. So now, moving on to wireless headphones. These two are probably my top two favorite picks for wireless headphones of all time. They are the Apple AirPods 2 with wireless charging case. These are my favorite earbuds, if not headphones. They're close to the i800s or Sennheiser HD 820s over-ear headphones. They're that amazing. They're amazing. They're super accessibility friendly, and I'm a big proponent of accessibility. They're also super comfortable, and you can go bicycling in them, and they're great, and they're amazing. And they're in a great deal right now on Amazon Prime Day. So if you haven't tried them, I would recommend it. But if you're not a fan of those, or you want something that's active noise canceling, that's truly wireless, I would recommend these. These are the AirPods Pro. They're great. They're active noise canceling. They're in ear instead of on ear. Or the other ones just rest on the top of the ear right here, which makes these, if you're eating food, it kind of a little crackly, but they're great. They're also IP67 dust and waterproof. I'm pretty sure they're much more durable. These are rated so you can go out in the rain and things like that, where Apple doesn't officially have a durability rating for the AirPods 2, but I've known lots of people to put their AirPods 2 through the washing machine. They still work, let alone just be in a moist environment or rain. They're sealed in your ears. The only inlet point is in the microphones on the bottom in the spot that's in your ears. So both those are a great deal. So you can get the Pods 2 with wireless charging case ones, or Qi wireless charging, or the non-Qi wireless charging one for even less. If you don't have a pair, especially if you're in the Apple ecosystem, I would really recommend you pick up a pair because they're really amazing and accessibility friendly and comfortable and having crazy battery life. And I can't say enough nice things about them, but I'm going to move on because you're probably getting tired of me singing the praises of them. And then for a budget-friendly, amazing over-ear headphone that's also has the option of being wireless, I really recommend this Audio-Technica ATH M50X BTs. BT stands for Bluetooth. These are already a standard in the multimedia field, and for YouTubers, you probably know most of your favorite YouTubers use these. Marques Brownlee has used the Sennheiser HD 820s or the Audio-Technica ATH M50s for most of his YouTubing career. So if it's good enough for Marques Brownlee or MKBHD, it's probably good enough for you. So, and they're super comfortable and they have amazing audio fidelity, especially for the price. Their normal price is $200, which is still a really good value. They hit way above their weight in comparison to what they cost. But right now they're on an actually very good deal. Either get either of those, but they're both amazing. Now, guys, we're moving on to SSDs because storage, guys, you need to be able to store all your homework assignments and movies and personal videos and all those things. So these are the two sets of SSDs that I would recommend. Budget friendly, and then more expensive, but Thunderbolt and amazing. So let's get into it. So starting off with this one is my favorite SSD of all time. I've used a lot of SSDs, or solid state drives as they're also known as. But this one's my favorite. It's the C Rugged Pro SSD. I have a video linked in the description and up in the cards for this. It's amazing. I really like it. It's Thunderbolt 3/Thunderbolt 4, and it does USB. So if you're wanting to plug it into your iPad Air or your new iPad Pro that is Thunderbolt, or your 2018 iPad Pro, it's really amazing. And it's IP67 dust and water resistant, and it's insanely fast. You can transfer huge project files, like 100 or 200 gigs, almost instantaneous. It's astounding how fast it transfers, especially with the new iPad Pros, especially with the new version of iPadOS having a file transfer, guys. I've wanted this for so long. The newest version of iPadOS has a file transfer indicator, so you can tell how long a file is going to transfer for, but it's not really an issue with the Thunderbolt SSDs. This one is super beautiful and amazing. I really like this one also. It's a well-known one that most people have heard of. This one I was introduced to by Peter McKinnon, but this one is the one that MKBHD generally uses, but they're both amazing. And this one's the Samsung X5 Thunderbolt 3/Thunderbolt 4 portable SSD, and it has insane read-write speed. It has speed up to 2,800 megabytes per second read, 2,100 megabytes per second write, which is an insane amount. And now that the USB 4 spec is there, now you can use these with all sorts of USB things, like the MacBook Pro, the new MacBook Pro, or the iMac, or things like that. Those are my two favorite Thunderbolt accessories. So if you're looking for Thunderbolt accessories, check those out. They're amazing. I love them. And then, of course, you're going to need some peripherals for your Mac Mini or your iPad to build the ultimate iPad productivity desk setup or Mac desk setup. So I really like this. These are my three picks. You could go with the Keytron K2 if you like mechanical keyboards, but I always grew up typing on touchscreen, so this is what I found is it's a good middle ground between. It's the same switch as the old MacBook Air, and everybody loved that computer and loved the switches in that. So Apple's Magic Keyboard with numpad, it's amazing, and you can map the other keys to separate actions, and it's super amazing, especially with the new version of iPadOS, macOS, being able to use a virtualized KVM switch, which if you don't know what that means, it means that you can connect your Mac and iPad Pro or something like that and switch between it, and you don't need two sets of keyboards and mouse and trackpads, because that's what I generally do. I actually have three, one for each of my iPads, and then if I have to use a Mac computer for like SMB file sharing or other things like that, or SFTP or school stuff, because I'm a college student, that I use that. Then Magic Trackpad 2, this is amazing. I really like these. This is great. This allows you to turn your Mac computer or your sister's Mac computer into a much larger touch area to do gestures. For somebody who works on an iPad, that it almost makes it more user-friendly and intuitive, especially since you can do most of the gestures now from your iPad to the Mac or the Mac to the iPad. And then Magic Mouse, this is my favorite mouse. I know Magic Mouse is kind of a controversial thing, but I really like this one. This one has gestures, and you can do swiping up and down in horizontal on the timeline for when you're doing video editing or scrolling through your papers or books or things like that. And it can do right click, left click, and all sorts of stuff. I really like this. Tip: if you don't want to spend the money for the Magic Mouse 2, get the Magic Mouse 1. It runs on AA or AAA batteries. I think it's AAA batteries, I believe. And I have a video linked in the description, and I'll put it up in the cards for that if you're interested on the comparison between Magic Mouse 2 and Magic Mouse 1. You need a mouse. Mouse is a specific pointer device, and it's amazing. If not, I would probably recommend the MX Master series from Logitech. I've heard lots of great things about them, but this is great because it fits in your bag really easily, and it also looks very minimal and clean and very awesome, because you want to, if you're going to be sitting all day or walking or doing whatever you're going to be doing at your desk, you want it to look nice. So talking about that, a good monitor I would recommend is the HP Z31X. That one's my favorite monitor. I've tried a lot of monitors, but that one is amazing. It's Cinema 4K, which is more pixels than a standard 4K. It has an actual KVM switch in it. It can do active scaling, so you can put a view from your iPad into the monitor and it can rescale, just like the Apple TV. Tip: if you want to hook up the Apple TV to your TV, you can AirPlay to your Apple TV and then it'll automatically rescale it to fit the resolution of your TV. So that's great for your Zoom calls during work at home and all those things. You can use your iPhone for the Zoom call and connect this. This is Apple's camera connection kit adapter. Right here is power, and then you have a USB-A port for data. It'd be nice if it was USB-C, but that's a whole nother conversation. This is great. They have a good sale on this. So I was surprised. There's a lot of good deals on Apple dongles this year. So if you're looking at dongles, check out one of those. Then another dongle I would recommend a lot for students once we go back to school is a Thunderbolt 3/Thunderbolt 4 to DisplayPort and Thunderbolt 2 adapter. So you can plug it into your iPad or MacBook Pro or iPad Pro or Mac Mini or iMac, and it opens up the world of possibilities. Then the 3 dongles that I would recommend that everybody should have that aren't those is a Belkin USB-C to Ethernet adapter, either 10 gigabit Ethernet or just gigabit Ethernet. So either USB-A or Thunderbolt. I have both of them. This one is just the USB-C to gigabit Ethernet adapter, but I have the 10 gig version in my what's in my tech bag and all those things. I'll have linked in the video description. I don't have them in the cards. These are my 2 very favorite dongles, other than the Apple camera connection kit adapter. This is Apple's multi-port adapter. It doesn't have as many ports as pretty much most adapters you would have out there, but I've never had an issue with this, and I'm very confident in this. I've never heard of anybody having an issue with an Apple dongle, while I've heard tons of horror stories about people using third-party dongles that are like cheap dongles, and it like killing their computer or other things that are travesties. So this one's really good. It has 4K HDMI. It can do Cinema 4K, which is important. And it has a USB-A port and a USB-C port. So it's great. And then this is my favorite third-party dongle. It has all the ports you would pretty much need for going from those new iMacs with basically no ports, or the MacBook Pro or the iPad Pro. This one isn't Thunderbolt, but it's USB, but it's plenty fast for basically anything. It has all the ports you would want. It has USB-A, full speed USB-A. It has power USB-C, so you can put in a huge amount of power. It accepts up to, I think it's like 86 watts, which is that power brick from Apple, and can be divided between all the different ones. So it also has UHS 2 card reader for micro and regular SD cards, which is worth the cost of this would be by itself. This is actually very reasonably priced and budget friendly. Really much recommend this one as the budget pick. And it's on sale on Amazon, so check it out. Amazon has a great returns policy. That goes for all of these things. Check it out. Amazon has a great returns policy. And lots of other ports on it, so if you're interested, check it out. It has basically any port that you would need. And then, like I was talking about earlier, this is the world's best-selling audio interface. And don't take my word for it, take Amazon's. It's the Scarlett 2i2 Gen 3 audio interface. They have a Thunderbolt version of this one that's great also, but I haven't really found that much of a difference between the Thunderbolt and non-Thunderbolt one, other than the line level signal coming out of it, which if you know what that is, then tell me in the video description, because I'd be interested to see how many people know about that. But basically, line level signal is you have the signal coming in from your microphone. I really recommend this microphone. It's the Rode Pod mic. This one right here, I really recommend this one. This one's $100. It really takes those Zoom calls that you're taking at and FaceTime calls now because now you can do scheduling FaceTime, which is amazing, to Android and Windows calls users. That it's really awesome. It's built like a tank. It's all metal all around, and then stand. I really like this stand. If you're looking for a good stand, I'll have the stand and my favorite XLR cable in the video description, so check that out. If you're looking for the best stand, these are also very reasonably priced. So, of course, you have if you don't want to have a whole audio interface and all those things, and you want to be on the go or just upgrade your Zoom calls for like $20 or $30, make your Zoom calls amazing for like $20 or $30, then check these things out. This is Tackstar SGC 598. Not a great name, but it's only $20, and it has like 90% of the performance of the Rode Pro Plus microphone. Although, if you want to plug this into your iPhone or iPad without running it through like an audio interface or something like that, I would recommend this. This is amazing. This allows you to take any microphone, pretty much, and convert it into a signal that your device, that a regular iPad or iPhone or Mac or Windows computer would understand. It's the Rode SC4. It's a TRS to TRS adapter. Basically, it takes the signal format from here that would go into like a mirrorless camera, like the Canon M60 or something like that, into something that your iPhone or iPad or Mac or Windows computer or even Chromebook would understand. And so you don't have to deal with terrible audio quality, because arguably audio is more than half of video. So, because somebody will sit through a not very good looking lecture or video or something like that, but they will be annoyed if you have terrible audio. We've all experienced that as students, especially now. And then this is amazing. If you're looking for a thing for when you're going traveling, I'll have linked in the video description and up in the cards my what's in my tech bag / travel tech bag setup, which goes into much more depth of all these things, that a lot of these things. But this is amazing. It is a active HDMI cable, which has 4K, Cinema 4K, and can do high refresh rate because it's HDMI 2.1. So it can do 120 hertz, and then it goes into USB-C on the other side. And it's active cable, so you don't have to worry about signal degradation or things like that. And it could do a theoretical of 8K video resolution. Of course, the iPads don't currently output 8K, and there's very few monitors that have that, but it's cool to have, and it's very reasonably priced, especially right now. It's a great deal. I was consider getting a couple more, but I already have a couple, so it's a great Father's Day present, or just to have in your bag, especially if you travel a lot. And then, talking about traveling and things like that, we have the Boya BYM microphone. This is generally $20, but it's even less right now. It's an insane lavalier microphone for the price. It punches humongously above its price class. As long as you wire it up properly, it sounds amazing. And that's coming from a multimedia student and somebody who's done a significant amount of audio engineering and things like that. The only thing I would say is you need either USB-C to headphone jack or headphone jack to lightning adapter for your phone. But the cool thing about this one is it can do regular TRS signal and TRRS signal. So for those people who don't know what that means, it basically means that you could plug it into an audio recorder or something like that, and the audio recorder would automatically understand, or plug in right into your DSLR or mirrorless camera, or you just flip the switch and it has a battery inside. It's replaceable. It's just one of those little circle batteries. You can get them out of the Dollar Tree, or it comes with one generally in most of the bundles. It's really amazing. It works great. Spending this $20 would really affect your audio quality for your Zoom and work at home and all those things. So try this out. And then my two favorite battery banks, this one and this one. This one is great. It's super portable. It's my portable one. This is the one that I would take on my day trips and things like that when I'm not filming or needing to run an audio interface and all my other equipment, or power a MacBook Pro a couple times, or on an 8-hour trip. My sister is just recently took a 8 to 10 hour flight, and this one would allow her to charge her MacBook Pro, her Apple Silicon MacBook Pro, a couple times, which is amazing. And it's USB-C, it's USB-C PD, so it does full power delivery, and it has USB-A for charging, and it has Qi charging, and you can do the full Qi charging, and you can do all of them at the same time. It's amazing. And it has a really large battery. You can charge up your MacBook Pro a couple times over easily. And then there's this, which is really amazing. I got this on Amazon last Amazon Prime Day, and it's amazing. Both of these are on a good discount, but this one sells out really quick. So if you're looking at this one, I would make sure to put it in your cart, because this one tends to sell out real quick. But Amazon Prime Day generally has great deals on battery banks. So in general, if you're looking for a Qi charging USB-C battery bank, check out some options I'll have in the video description that you would like, that I found that are good. But this one I really like. It's 10,000 milliamp hours. It's USB-C PD. Although if you go through the full PD charging out of it, you'll drain the battery bank really quickly at I think it's like 87 watt output, which is insane. But it also has USB-A for charging its Qualcomm Quick Charge, and it has Qi charging on the top, and USB-C power, PD power in for those quick charging on your battery bank, which is very important. And then this is an amazing case. I really like in cases. They're a little expensive, but they're on a good sale right now. And they work great, not just to protect your device inside, which it's super nice and soft. They should make pillows. It's so soft and comfortable, or fuzzy blankets. It's amazing. But it also works great as a mouse pad. I found the black ones work amazing for a mouse pad. So you can store your iPad or all your accessories, so your AirPods, your Magic Mouse, your Magic Trackpad, and all those things inside of it. And then when you get to your destination, just take them all out. And this prevents it from getting scratched. And so if you're doing it for the Magic Mouse and all those things, get the 12-inch one, which is the in-case Mac sleeve or something like that. I'll have it in the video description. Or the 13-inch one works really well for the MacBook Pro, and it also instantly works for the iPad Pro, even with the Smart Keyboard Folio or Magic Keyboard on it, which Magic Keyboard, Smart Keyboard Folio, matter of personal preference. If you're interested, tell me in the video description. I'll do a versus video or a comparison on who should buy which one and why which one's better, or whatever you want. Put in the video description. And what are you most excited for Prime Day? Or what are you looking for? Tell me in the video description. I'll keep an eye out for you. So just leave a comment down below. And then this is amazing. I really like. Iographer makes great things, and those are a little bit more expensive, but this one's the Unit Digi, and it has 4 cold shoe mounts to put different cold shoe things on, like the shotgun microphone. Shotgun microphone is the microphone that I showed you earlier, that long one. And then it has quarter 20 mounts on it, and right here, and right here for attaching to a tripod. And it works great for your phone, and you can fit a iPhone 12 Pro Max in here with a moment case and an anamorphic lens, plus a UV or ND filter adapter and a UV or ND filter over top of it. And it's not going anywhere. It's really sturdy, and it will protect your phone. So if it does have something happen, it's a hard shell to protect your phone. So recommend this a lot. It's like $20, but I think it's like 10 or a little less during Amazon Prime. So check that out. But it occasionally goes on sale. So if it isn't Amazon Prime Day, then the microphones and things like that go on decent discount. link in the video description for all the affiliated things I'm talking about, of course. So just check those out if you're interested in any of the things I'm talking about. And then we have tripod, Aperture Amaran FL. This is my favorite mobile light to make those Zoom calls and all those things amazing. And has an amazing CRI, where if you know what that is, then I'm impressed. Most people don't know what that is. But basically, CRI is a measure of the quality of the color for photography and videography, which this has great. It can do DTAP power, USB-C power, so you can power off a battery bank like this one, which is what I generally do for those Zoom calls, so you can have a well-lit camera, because even a not very good camera like a webcam or your laptop camera looks so much better when you're properly lit. And this one has a very good diffusion, so you're not going to get like way blown out on one side and be like all harsh and shadows and be like but it also can do tungsten and daylight, and it can do 100 to 0 and lots of other cool spec things. It's amazing. If you're looking for a light, I really recommend Aperture's products. They're really good quality, especially this. This is amazing, and it comes in a really nice carrying case. So you get the light, and it can do battery packs. So you Sony MPF, I think, yeah, no, MP batteries, and they just slide on, and it has a really good control, so you can control it all the way up, and it has both daylight and tungsten lights. It's bi-color, so, and it has lots of tripod mounts to put things on, so it's great. You can put it on a tripod, or it comes with adapters for 1/4-20 and 3/8 and all sorts of other things to put it on boom arms and anything else you would want. And it's pretty reasonably priced generally, but right now it's on a really good deal. So if you're trying to upgrade your Zoom calls, or you do a lot of conferences or mobile stuff or YouTube or anything like that, I would recommend that light, because it's powerful enough to be your key light, which is amazing. And then finally, we have the Joby Gorilla Pod. They have a whole bunch of Joby products are on sale right now during Black Friday. It kind of seems like it's the year for building out your iPad or your Mac setup or your desk thing, your year of work at home. And so they have lots of cool things like this on sale, especially the legs. You can get the legs separately from the head. And generally, if you want, the bundles generally as a total are a good deal if it's all Joby products. But make sure that you tip. If you're doing Amazon Prime and it says bundle, make sure that if it's a tech item like Amazon Alexas or things like that, which they generally always have sales on all of Amazon's products, but make sure it's not bundled an older version, because they'll put the original retail price with a newer thing. So they'll bundle an old thing like a first generation Echo device with a light or something else, and then they'll list the original MSRP even though it's no longer sells for that. So make sure you you watch out for that. But for tripods and things like that, you don't really have to worry about that, because it's not like tripod technology changes that much. I really like this. These are bendy. These are one of my favorite tripods. If you're looking to get a mobile tripod, I really recommend this. Or the Peak Design tripod, I would also highly recommend. If you're looking for more than just a desktop tripod or a bendy one and you want a full tripod, I would recommend the Peak Design tripod. Either the carbon fiber or aluminum one. Those are both amazing, I've been told. And I'll have all the affiliated things linked in the video description. And so check those out for the different sections and all the different things. So it makes it easier for you. If you're interested in any of these things, just tap that link. It'll bring you right there. And I'm Maxwell. This is Maxwell Bates Talks Tech. Leave your comments down below. What are you looking for during Amazon Prime Day? Or what did you find during Amazon Prime Day that you loved? And or what are you looking for and how can I help? So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Click the bell icon so you don't miss any future videos. Like it if you liked it because it really does help. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.